So, I know for my monsters, like I put their head is attached to their body, and you can do that, or you can make them a completely separate head. I could have done a square body and a circle head for my geometric monster. I could have done, if say this is your monster's body right here, you could use this as his head. And while we are, yes ma'am. Okay, what is it that you need help with? Okay, you just trace it. If it's not perfect, that's fine, because guess what? Organic shapes are not perfect. That's the part of them being organic. That's fine. That's fine. I know it's kind of difficult to make rounded, which means kind of like a curve. It's kind of hard to do curved edges with a scissor. It's fine, honey. Do you need some help? Okay. Here, hold your scissors. Let's see. Hold your paper up. Okay. Open them up. You want the orange in it? Okay. Well, you will just have to go around it like this. Open it back up. Okay. I know it's going to be maybe a little funky, but that's the fun part of organic shapes. They don't have to be uniform. They don't have to be perfect. They are free flowing, which means like a free flowing shape would be, even if most of it is like this, what if it just decides to kind of flow out to the middle? And that's quite all right. Let me see what your shape monster's got going on. So you're gonna use, are you gonna use a mix of both? Or are we just using geometric shapes? A mix of both. And what do you think you use it for? That'll be his body. And what are these? So you decided we don't want to use googly eyes. That's fine. You don't have to use googly eyes. You can draw them. Hey friend, do you need some help? Yeah. Miss Lily's gonna grab a pair of scissors and I'm gonna help you out, my friend. Okay. So, are we going to do this one here? Let's do it together. Let me see. Okay. No, we are not going to cut our white paper because we're going to use our white paper to glue our monster down to it. That way, when we are finished, we will be able to talk about our monsters and tell our friends some characteristics of our monsters and why we chose our shapes. Okay? Awesome. Ready? Here's scissors. Okay. You gotta follow the line. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Yeah. And it's okay if it's a little wonky. That's the fun part about shapes. Yeah. Okay. He's a little silly looking. Let's see. I'm gonna tear this off, sit it right here. So we've got some more room to work with. And we're gonna cut. Okay. We're gonna curve around, curve up. Okay. Let's see. And then I'm gonna let you cut this side. So hold it with this hand, You're gonna hold it up and you go right up through there. And once you have the shape you like, Does anybody need me to walk around with the garbage can to maybe get some of y'all's paper out the way? Let's see. You got anything in your way? No? Okay. Hello, ma'am. What kind of shapes are you using? What kind of shape would you call that? Would you say that that is a geometric shape? Is that like a rectangle or? Oh, so you want to make one that's like this? What would you use those for? What do you think that shape could be used for in your monster? Would you use it as a body? Or maybe arms? I did some squiggles and I decided that my squiggles would be arms. But you don't have to choose arms. Okay. These look good. They look fun. Okay. Do you maybe want to give your monster some arms or something like that? Or are you going to use some more shapes?
I would have to use my crown.
Yeah.
Like squiggly ones, so I don't have to do the process of cutting and squiggling.
Yeah. Or well, what if we maybe used because we only have one shape, so maybe we could use some other shapes. Like maybe you could do some circles, so she would have some ears, and you could draw her like earrings and stuff on her ears and stuff. Or maybe if you did a small rectangle, what do you think you could use a rectangle for on there?
I don't think chunky legs.
Chunky legs? Or maybe an outfit? I think it'd be an outfit probably. But if that's the only shape you'd like to use, if that's how your monster's feeling.
I want my monster to be unique.
Unique. Okay. That's a good one. And that is a good shape to use. Do you know what kind of shape that is?
No.
Is that a geometric or an organic?
Organic.
It's an organic shape. And where are organic shapes found? In nature. They are found every day out in the world. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just checking, making sure everything's going good.
Peel them off.
Peel them. I think so. No, you would just glue them. Yes, ma'am. What is it? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Y'all are doing really good. Here, I'm gonna walk by and I'm gonna grab some of these small sheets and maybe help y'all clean up a little so it's not as chaotic. I'm liking those monsters. Okay, I can surely get that. How would you like to use that? Okay. I'm going to say that we probably have about 5 more minutes to cut our shapes out and stuff. Then we can start getting some more stuff glued down. Are you needing help, baby? You're looking for help?
I'm looking for one of my people.
What's it look like?
Like this.
this? Is it down here? Oh, is it this one? No, let's see. Do you need this? Do you want this to be cut out like this? Or do you want this, do you want the yellow to stay around it?
Yeah.
You want the yellow to stay around it? That's cool, that's cool, okay.
I forgot how to draw it.
What kind of shape are you trying to draw? Oh, well, that's the fun thing about them being organic. They don't have to be perfect. They're not gonna be exactly the same, because no two shapes in nature would be the same. So they're always gonna be a little different from one another. That would be a good shape. Maybe you could mix some shapes. You could do some different colors. What'd you tell me about your monster? What's your monster gonna be? Is it gonna be geometric, or is it gonna be organic, or maybe both? Geometric? And what shapes would you say you're gonna use for his body? Yeah? You wanna be chunky? You wanna be a chunky monster? Okay. Wrestlers. You know what your monster looks like? A Ninja Turtle. It's looking like Ninja Turtle monsters. Is that what? That's not what you're going for? Maybe no. Oh, okay. Well, when we're done and everybody's got their stuff done, we're gonna talk about our monsters and why we made some of the decisions that we made. Okay. Yep. And you can pull this over here so you can reach it back. Make sure you glue it down real good. And your monster should at least, I know, so like my monsters, like this monster right here, I know they both have shoes and they both have hands. And let's see, this one's, they both have hair. I try to do a little different hair on each one. I would like for your monsters to at least have arms and legs. They don't necessarily have to have hair and stuff, but that would always give them more personality, I would think. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. A little mix of shape. That's cool. That's cool. I like this monster. Ponytail. That's a nice little addition. I'm liking these monsters. So let me ask y'all. The way that we're putting all of our shapes side by side to make a monster, does anybody maybe know what that's called? No? Okay, so the way that we set our monsters up would be the composition of our monster. It would be the way in which you used each shoe. You alright? Okay. Do you need a tissue? Oh, I like his legs. Good shapes, but they're different sizes. That's smart.
Yes, those will have to be glued. They will have to be glued down there, not sticky on the back.